Hello there. I'm so glad you're here. Wherever you are, I invite you to find a comfortable place. Maybe you are resting in bed. Maybe you're unwinding after a long day. Or maybe you just needed a moment to slow down. Take a soft breath in and gently let it out. You don't need to do anything right now. Just listen. Let the world soften around you. Tonight or today, I'll be sharing a gentle story. It's the story of something that touches nearly every part of modern life, but most people never think about it. It's the story of insurance. But don't worry, this won't be technical or overwhelming. It's simply a quiet journey through time, a calm reflection on how people from ancient times to today have found ways to help one another prepare for the unexpected. So let yourself drift. No pressure to remember anything. Just relax and come with me for a peaceful walk through the gentle history of insurance. Long before there were insurance companies, long before policies were printed on paper, there were people, travelers, traders, families, all trying to make it through life's uncertainties. In ancient Babylon, merchants would send goods across dangerous routes, over deserts, through bandit territories, along riverbanks. If one merchant lost their cargo, it could ruin them completely. So they created a simple system: risk sharing. The group would come together, each contributing a little, so if disaster struck one, the loss was shared by many. In ancient China, boatmen navigating dangerous rivers did something similar. They bundled their goods across many boats so that if one capsized, no one lost everything. In Rome, there were burial clubs, small groups of neighbors and workers who paid into a shared fund. If one of them died, the others would help pay for the funeral. These early systems weren't called insurance, but they were rooted in something very similar, very familiar: community, protection, care. People working together, not for profit, but for peace of mind. And that is where the story truly begins. As time moved forward, people found new ways to protect one another. In the Middle Ages, the world was smaller, communities tighter. Tradespeople, blacksmiths, weavers, masons formed guilds, quiet networks of skill and support. These guilds weren't just about craft, they were about care. If a member became ill or injured or passed away, the guild would step in. They would help cover medical care, pay funeral costs, and even support a widow or orphan left behind. And to make this possible, every member would contribute a little, regularly, almost like dues. These weren't called insurance premiums yet, but the spirit was the same. Shared protection, a circle of support, drawn not by companies, but by community. In towns across Europe, these quiet promises became woven into daily life, not as contracts, but as covenant. A promise to look out for each other, not for profit, for peace, for people. And then we arrive in London. The year is somewhere in the late 1600s. The air is damp with mist, and trade ships filled with things across the cobbled streets in a small wood-paneled coffeehouse on Tower Street. Something new was beginning. A man named Edward Lloyd opened his doors, but he's not just serving coffee. Inside, ship owners, merchants, and investors gather, not just to sip, but to plan. You see, sending a ship across the sea was risky. Storms, pirates, wrecks. One accident could ruin a fortune. So, they found a way to share the risk. On parchment paper, they wrote the names of men willing to take on that risk for a fee. If the ship made it safely, they kept the money. If it was lost, they paid the damages. The words at the bottom of each agreement, quote, "I underwrite." And with that simple phrase, modern insurance was born. Lloyd's Coffee House became more than a meeting place. It became the center of the insurance world. And over time, those informal notes turned into policies. The risk expanded beyond ships to buildings, life, illness, and more. What began with coffee and conversation became a global industry of protection, still rooted in the same old idea. We stand together when life becomes uncertain. Time drifts forward from quiet guild halls to candlelit coffeehouses to the busy hum of today's world. Modern insurance has grown beyond anything these early traders could have imagined. Now, it touches almost every part of our lives. Our homes, our cars, our health, our income, even our pets. And while the systems may seem complex, the heart of it all remains the same. We prepare. Not because we expect the worst, but because we care about being ready. We want to protect the people we love. A parent buys life insurance, not for themselves, but for the child they'll never leave unguarded. A small business owner gets covered, not because they expect disaster, but because they've built something worth protecting. Behind every policy is a quiet promise. If something happens, I've got you. In that way, insurance isn't cold or corporate. It's deeply human. A legacy of care stretching across generations, from ancient traders to modern families, still rooted in trust, still grounded in love. And now we've come to the end of our quiet journey, from the sand-swept roads of Babylon to the candlelit coffeehouses of London, to the digital forms we fill out today. Insurance has always been about one thing: protection through connection. A quiet promise, a shared risk, a circle of care. It isn't just paperwork or payments, it's peace of mind, passed from one generation to the next like a whisper. Thank you for spending this time with me, allowing yourself a moment of stillness and listening to the story beneath the surface of something we often overlook. Whether you're already drifting off or just feeling a little more grounded, I hope this brought you a sense of calm. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, someone somewhere once made a promise just in case you needed it. Before we part completely, let's sit with this thought. Insurance, in its truest form, is a whisper through time. A mother in Rome setting aside coins for her children. A merchant in China dividing his goods across boats, hoping to shield his family from ruin. A neighbor in the Middle Ages dropping a few copper pieces into a shared guild box. A father today signing a policy that says, even if I'm not here, I've still got you. It's easy to forget, but behind every number, every form, and every policy is someone reaching forward through time to protect someone they love. And that is what makes insurance not just practical, but beautiful. Thank you so much for listening to The Gentle History of Insurance. If you found comfort in this quiet story or learned something new along the way, I'd be honored if you take a moment to like this video, and if you'd like to join me for more calm reflections on insurance, legacy, and the little things that bring us peace, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll be here with more quiet stories whenever you're ready. Until then, take care and rest well.